Thinking about selling your home but tempted to rent it out instead? It's a big decision with a lot of factors to consider. In this video, we'll break down the key questions you need to ask yourself to decide whether selling or renting is right for you. Should you rent out or sell your house? Hello, I'm Frank Kenny of Living in Los Angeles South Bay. Today we'll discuss whether you and your house are a good fit for renting. But before we go there, please like and subscribe so you catch all of our content here on Living in Los Angeles South Bay. First off, when deciding to rent or sell, ask yourself if your house is a good fit for renting. Before you decide to become a landlord, it's important to consider whether your current house is a good fit for renting, and for example, if you're moving far away, managing the property's upkeep could be challenging. Or if the neighborhood isn't ideal for rentals, or the home needs significant repairs before you can rent it out, selling might be the better option. Your real estate agent can help you assess whether your home is a good candidate for the rental market. If the logistics don't add up, selling might be the right move. Next, you want to ask yourself, are you ready for the realities of being a landlord? Managing a rental property is more than just collecting rent checks. It can be a time-consuming and challenging job. For example, you might get calls from tenants at all hours with maintenance requests, or you might need to deal with tenants falling behind on payments or causing damage. And what about the state and local aspect to being a landlord? Does your area treat tenants better than landlords? As Investopia points out, it isn't difficult to find horror stories of landlords troubled with more than headaches than profits. Before deciding to rent, talk to other landlords and do a detailed cost analysis. You might find that selling your home is a better financial decision and less stressful in the long run. Lastly, do you have a good understanding of what renting and being a landlord will cost? If your primary goal in renting out your home is to generate extra income, remember that there are additional costs to consider. As Bankrate explains, here are a few expenses you'll need to plan for. First, taxes. You'll still be responsible for these even if the rent doesn't cover them. There's insurance. Landlord insurance costs about 25% more than regular home insurance, and it's necessary to cover damages and injuries, not to mention that insurance costs have risen. There's maintenance and repairs. Plan to spend at least 1% of the home's value annually, or more if the home is older. Repair costs have also risen dramatically. And then there's finding the right tenant. This includes advertising costs and background checks, and you must take into consideration the local discrimination laws. And then we get to vacancies. If the property sits empty between tenants, you lose that rental income, but you still have the expenses. Then there's management and homeowners association fees. If you hire a property manager, expect to pay about 10 to 12% of the rent. HOA fees are another expense to consider if applicable. These costs can add up quickly, so it's important to do a thorough financial analysis before deciding to rent out your home. But for many, it's the hassle factor that helps them make a decision. How tolerant are you of the hassles of renting? Here's the bottom line. Whether you decide to sell or rent your home, the choice ultimately depends on your personal circumstances, tolerances, and long-term goals. Taking the time to evaluate the pros and cons of each option will help you make the best decision for your future. If you're weighing your options and need expert advice, connect with us today. We'll help you assess your home's potential as a rental or guide you through the selling process and create a success plan for you so you can make an informed decision that's right for you. Please contact us or comment below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is Frank Kenny with Living in Los Angeles South Bay. Please like and subscribe to catch our next video about the real estate market here in Living in Los Angeles South Bay.